Brent will be tying up his Dragonfly nymph pattern for us today. The fly is created to be neutral buoyant, to be fished very slowly on the bottom without getting snagged. Dragonfly fishing is a slow game, and your patience will be rewarded with some of the largest fish in the lake. Tie them up in colors to match the vegetation in your water body.
Well, good day and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'm going to tie you up my dragon nymph. It's a pattern that's been working very well for me for years. I've been fishing this fly, oh golly, a long time. It's a neutral buoyant fly. I want a fly that I could fish down the bottom of the full sink line where the dragons are just crawling along very slowly, and I don't want anything to hang up in the weeds, so I'm using furry foam to help me with the buoyancy here. It comes in many different colors to match your naturals. I'm going to be tying it on a Temco 7989 size 4 salmon hook here. It has a nice bend to it. I like the shape of that hook, and it's a light wire as well. Okay, we'll get a hook in the vise and wrap one up. Start here with a 6/0 thread to address the shank here. That's a light wire. It's actually a dry fly salmon hook. So keep the fly as light as I can. And I'm coming over here now with some mono eyes. These are medium in olive color. And I'll tie that just a little ways back from the eye of the hook. Basically, the eyes of the dragon will be close right to the front. You can use black eyes too. That's pretty common. We basically, you don't have to be a concise match, but you want them fairly close. But I just want to make sure I can get my fly down to the bottom without hanging up and leaving it there. And you have to fish it very, very slow. Dragonfly fishing is not done that often. I don't see a lot of anglers using it for some reason. It'll produce the best fish in the lake for you for sure. Now here I'm using this furry foam. I've cut it in strips 1/2 inch wide, and I'm tying it from about half of the body back. Come around the corner here a little bit, and then I'll come forward about 1/4 way from the front. Now when you turn this furry foam, I don't pull it down too tight because that'll affect the buoyancy of it. So then I'll take one close wrap, and then I come over like a little fatter one here, and then I'll just overlap them. And I'll give a little bit of a tug there, just make sure it's not rolling around on me too much. And I'll get my segmentation and also the shape of my dragon. And this furry foam looks good when it's wet. It really takes on kind of a color of its own. It's a really good imitation of a dragonfly body. I really liked how it looks. And the fish are eating it, so I'm more than happy with that. So we'll tie that down right there, the furry foam. I'll come in with some of these small little hackles here off just the rump, pheasant rump. We'll take the webby stuff off here, and I'll use that for my legs. Nice markings. One on each side. I'll just pull that forward where I want it. There you go. Do the same on the other side. Nope, strip my stem right off. I'll still have enough to grab. That's all I want. These make good little legs for these. It's nice. They got pretty prominent legs on them. Oh, they stick out a little bit. It's perfect. Exactly what we're looking for there. And that rump feather is marked nice. It's going to kick. It's going to have. Sometimes you'll lose the center quill on that. It'll pop out sometimes or off. You can put a little fixative spray on that, or if you want, or some flex cement. But I find they're pretty durable. They last pretty good. And if you haven't done any dragonfly fishing, I'd sure suggest get in on it. It's a great way. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's the Swiss raffia I used for the wing case. It was what I originally used. And then I went to 1/4 inch scud back and light olive. That's another good option here too. So you can use either one. And what I'm going to do is just lay that on top my raffia here. It'll come in behind the eye of the hook, tied down again. And there we are. We got that all snug down. And then I'll go get myself some dubbing. You can use whatever you like. Just kind of fill that void in there. I've got some seal fur with a little bit of ice tub in there. And also, you don't need to use that blend. If you have anything that kind of matches your pattern, just go with that. That's fine. I'll just roll that on. Because we're going to finish the head, and we're just going to X around the eyes in the front. I want to tighten that up. I'll come in behind. See how that looks? I might need a little bit more. You can always add a little more. And it can be a bit of a looser dub as long as it's not going to fall off it's going to weather the storm, because the wind will be coming your way when you're start fishing dragons. So then I just pulled my wing case over the top, and I can cut that a bit of an angle, and it gives me my wing case, and just tie it out, finish it right there, and give it some head cement. And you've got a great pattern. Like I was talking earlier, you really want to get into this dragonfly fishing, because usually if the fish aren't up top, they're going to be on the bottom, especially the big fish. And they'll be laying there. They'll eat what they can on the bottom. They're safe. The water temperature is pretty good there all year long. And these dragon nymphs just creep along the bottom. They got a little short little burst, so you can kind of give them a slow, very slow hand twist. Make sure that you've got a contact with your fly and your fly line. Everything's tight. You're not really pulling it, just have it so it's snug. And a very, very slow hand twist. And a trout will come up and hit this two different ways. They either just suck it up barely, because these dragons actually will bite, and the fish know it because they've ate lots of them. They're a big chunk of meat. And they'll either suck it up, and you'll just see your line kind of moving a little bit, and set the hook, because you'll be on. You'll be hooked up, no problem at all. Or the fish will grab it. It'll be a violent strike, and they will both rip the rod right out of your hand. They're going to hit it two different ways. So I just want you to know that. But a neutral buoyant fly is really going to be a key factor to fishing that looking natural. A lot of times they're fishing floating flies where they float above the weeds. Well, the dragons aren't there either. And if you have them too heavy, if you get you want to fish them on a sinking line or a floating line, for example, and guys put a ton of weight on them, well, then they're just going to be snagging up in the mud, and they're not moving along in their short little bursts where you can just take and hop that little rascal along in short little bursts. So it's a great fly to fish, and I'll tell you, you're going to have a lot of fun on dragonfly fishing, and make sure you give it a try. Let me know what you do. I'd like to hear from you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you again real soon.
Thanks for watching Brent's Fly Fishing Instructional Series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.